On this week's episode of Motivational Minutes, award-winning broadcast journalist May Lee shares why she chose the lotus flower as the name of her media brand.
Lotus Media House first started because I wanted to do that first iteration of the Mei Lee show I talked about earlier in Asia. And so I decided I need a production company of some sort to be able to launch a show like this. And the purpose was, and I'll tell you why I chose Lotus as my company name and symbol. The lotus flower in Asia is very, very sacred. You see the image everywhere at temples and paintings, just it's always everywhere. And what it represents is purity, and beauty, but it also represents a woman. And when I learned this, I'm like, oh my God, this is exactly what I want my mission to be. So a lotus flower, it grows in the most difficult conditions, in like swampy, muddy conditions. And so that stem can grow in that environment, and it can withstand the heaviest of winds. It doesn't break. It just will bend with the wind, but never breaks. And then what's the result? The most beautiful flower. Gorgeous flower,
Yeah.
right? So a woman, basically what the Buddhists are saying is that a woman has this strength that is unbreakable. She can survive in any adverse condition, and yet she blossoms into this beautiful being, and can survive. And so when I learned of that, I'm like, wow, that is a symbol that I want to live by. And so Lotus Media House was born that way. And so my mission is really to continue putting out content and also, educating through my content and what I do, to really make an impact, and to empower those who feel marginalized, to empower those who feel weak, to find their voice and find their strength and identify with who they are, meaning their true identity, right? And that often comes from people who have been marginalized, right? That feeling of like lack of identity, lack of empowerment, lack of voice, right? So what better way to do that, than to do it through the media, and do it through, any way that you can communicate to an audience or the public or whoever wants to listen or watch. So that's kind of the mission of Lotus Media House.
Subscribe today for more inspiration on the go.